As easy as that. So this is for a bike rack you can have fitted. What they do, all the new vans come with these standard on them now, so it's a downside cheaper to you if you do want to fit a bike rack to it, rather than having to get these fitted as well at the same time.
Brilliant.
Okay?
Yes, excellent.
So, keep going around, there isn't much exciting on that corner. Just pull your door. Your door's magnetic, so when it's pinned open, it just automatically clips, and then all you do is just pull it to take it off. So it's better than the little plastic catches, because kids always rip them off the wall.
Yeah.
Right, wheels and tyres. They've made it all nice and easy and put all the details on the door here. So it is 62 psi per tyre, and then also it's 130 newton metres for your wheel nuts.
130 what?
Newton metres for your wheel nuts. That relates to a torque spanner. So I've got a torque spanner here. Now, they've been done in the PDI check. I'll do them again for you today, but from today onwards it's your responsibility to check your wheel nuts before travelling. The main thing is, a few years ago they had an episode of caravan wheels coming off.
Oh no.
And obviously if you've got only 2 wheels and you lose one, the first thing that happens is a caravan hits the deck, and believe me, it's expensive repair. So we'll check them today for you.
So how often would you say before
any outing? All I tend to do is just get your tyre iron out. If you've got a torque wrench, fantastic. If not, just use your tyre iron. Just make sure they're tight.
Just what, stand on it? And
well, yeah, just make sure they're hand tight is more than anything. The last thing you want is that someone's been fiddling with it or someone's been trying to pinch it. You get 10 minutes down the road and you get overtaken by a wheel and there's sparks and everything behind you because your caravan's on the deck. So just check it over. It's not... For something that takes 30 seconds, believe me, will save you a lifetime of insurance and heartache and that sort. So just make sure they're tight. Okay?
Brilliant.
Right, fridge vents. So these are the vents off your back of your fridge. I've got it running on gas at the minute, so a lot of heat does come out of it. As daft as it is, gas is the best way your fridge will work. So heating the fridge up makes it really cold. Don't ask me the science behind it. I haven't quite got my head around that one yet. When you've got your fridge pumping, heat will come out of these, but it's no different than your fridge at home. It's just you don't go around the back of your fridge at home. And then obviously your last leg's just on the front there.
So say when this is parked up then on our drive, would you put that leg down as well, would you? Or just leave it as a setup like that, then 2 in the back and then the jockey down, is it?
It's up to you really. If you want to go, the main reason we put the back legs down is if you're stepping it without having your back legs down, the caravan will tip up.
Right, okay.
But obviously as it is at the minute, if you just put the back legs down, you know you can happily go in and out of it.
In and out,
So it depends to you if you're going in and out of it.
Brilliant.
Locks, have you got any locks? Or are you looking at buying some locks for it?
Wheel clamps and stuff.
And
I need to buy a wheel clamp and hitch lock.
Hitch lock. Yeah, if you have a word with them in the shop, they can grab them. I'll show you quickly for the hitch lock. I'll give you a quick. It'll make more sense when you've got it. There's like a plastic ball, which you pop up into there and pop that down, so the ball's locked in it. If you get what I mean, it's like a plastic golf ball with a handle on the bottom of it. You put that in, and then you slot your lock over the top here, and that's what locks it on. So they can't get to this to release the ball, and they can't get that
Because the one I've seen, it's like a yellow thing with a bracket over it, so that ball going underneath that bracket will sit into that and unlock it up.
Yeah, there's different concepts. This one will take an Alco hitch. They're the best ones you can get fitted on here. So that's the best one to stop it. Because the main thing is, if it's sat on your drive like this, it will take someone 10 seconds to hook up and nick it. Put it that way. So you do need to, if you're ever leaving it for any period of time, do make sure you've got it locked up, because they are quite easily pinched that way. Happy with everything on the outside?
Yes, perfect.
Yeah, fantastic. Right, we'll jump in and make a start on the inside then. I'll let you two gentlemen go first. Make a lovely couple, by the way.
Thank you.
I'm the hired help, all right? We're not together.
Stop playing hard to get. So we're going to start at the front, or?
Yeah, we'll start underneath the right-hand side cushions there. I'll put my lovely gauge slippers on. So I'm in and out of workshops all day, so I don't want to walk any grease on your carpet. Right, I'll start under here. Right. So, underneath here, in the top corner over there, that's your boiler, your water boiler, and your heating system. So it's an air-blown system with a water tank in the middle of it. So in the middle of it, there's a 10-litre water tank which heats your water up, and then round the outside of it is the elements that heat the air up before they blow it and circulate it round the van for your heating. Okay. The little yellow tap down there, you see the one that's sitting flat? I don't know if you can get that on the camera. Yeah, the little yellow one that's sitting flat, that's your drain off tap for your water system.
Right.
So when it comes to winter time, you want to drain the system, all you simply do is just lift that tap up so it's sitting straight up. And
that's what releases
it.
it.
Yeah, literally there's a little hole in the floor underneath it there, and it'll drain all the water out your tank, and then all you need to do is just go and open up your taps just to get the last of the water out of it.
I got you.
But that'll drain all the water out of the system so you're set for winter.
Right, okay.
Okay?
Brilliant.
So obviously when it comes to summer and you want to use it again, before you switch your water pump on or anything, you need to make sure that tap's dropped.
Yeah.
Because if you leave it up in the air and you switch your water pump on, all that will happen is the water will come straight in out the Acarol, come straight in here and go straight out the floor.
Straight out of it.
So when what you'll find is you're looking and thinking, well, I've got no water, and then you walk outside and there'll be a puddle of water underneath your caravan.
So basically, when it's up, it's draining. When it's down, it's all going around.
Yeah, it's system and ready to use.
Okay.
Okay. So the black one is your water pump.
Okay.
White one next to it's like a surge unit which controls the flow of the water, and then here is your main electrics.
Yeah.
Okay. So on the top one here. The red one's reverse polarity, so if you ever go abroad or anything, you know what the French are like, they do everything backwards.
Right.
It just lights up in there to let you know that the power is reversed outside. If the light does come on, it's just a matter of speaking to the campsite owners or a friendly couple nearby. You can get adapters and bits and bobs like that to make it work.
Yeah.
Green one next to it is a button, that's for your battery charger. Yeah. Just leave that one on constantly. Because you know then that as soon as you're plugging into your 240 supply, that's recharging up your 12-volt battery.
And if that's turned off, then it won't recharge, is that
No,
right?
it won't recharge.
Okay.
No, so I'll just leave that green one on all the time.
Okay.
The orange one next to it is your heating and hot water, so that powers up the unit there. It doesn't control it or anything, that literally just puts the power to it. But again, you can just leave that orange one on, it doesn't do any harm or nothing.
Okay.
Obviously when it comes to winter time, you switch everything off when you're not using it, but obviously in the summer when you are using it, just leave them on, because as soon as you unplug your 240, this unit cuts off anyway. End one, spare. It is literally exactly what it says, it's spare. It's got no use whatsoever. It's just they haven't caught up with the modern way of it now. Some have got 2 buttons, some have got 3. You've got one with 3 buttons, but there's no need to worry or anything about it. Last button on the top, system shutdown. So that literally isolates all your 12-volt system. So literally if I shut that off, that isolates all that's the 12-volt system. These are still on because I'm plugged into the 240. But if I pull that 240 cable out, they won't be on either. So when it comes to winter and you're storing it, literally press that before you get out, and you know there's no drain coming off the battery then.
Right, okay.
Right.
So when you're not using it, or just in winter, you'll turn it off?
Just in winter, I would really. It depends how long you're leaving it for. If you're leaving it for a few days, I wouldn't worry about it. But if you're leaving it for a few weeks, then I would just get into the habit of just knocking that one off.
So if we're not going to be using it for like a couple of weeks or more, just knock it off. Turn it on like a day before we...
It doesn't really matter. You can literally just switch that on.
And it's there
now. Yeah. And that's just powered the system back up.
Is there a light?
No, there isn't a light on nothing. You know it's off when it's raised, and then when it's on, it sits flat.
I got you.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Right, so then we've got 12-volt fuses.
Yeah.
And 240 breakers.
Okay.
But nicely, there's a lovely little diagram on the door there.
It says everything.
Yeah, so it lets you know which is which, lets you know which fuse relates to what, and then also what your circuit breakers relate to as well.
Oh yeah, so it's 40. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then on the front here, this is your battery charger.
Okay.
So that's what's recharging up your leisure battery. And then the blue box at the side here, that's the computer box for your motor mover.
Yeah.
So that's what works the remote control and the electrics and everything for that.
Right.
Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah,
Happy with that?
completely, yeah.
Perfect. Right, so we'll come above the door now. So as you can see, because I've flipped that button, all your power's gone off now.
Yeah.
So when you walk in your van, to put your power on, it's just as easy as press the power button.
And that turns it on there as well,
Yeah.
is it?
Yeah.
Right,
So as long as you've got that system shutdown button on, you can switch it on from here.
Okay.
So obviously when you're on site, well, let me just shut your radio off. Yeah, every time you power the van on and off, your radio will come on and off. You'll, I'm sure there's a function to change it, but I haven't figured that one out yet. So yeah, this is to power the van up. So if you look, it's off now, and then literally just power it up. It's as easy as that, and then your radio will come back on again. Right, so on this one here then, the LED light obviously comes on to let you know the power's on. This light indicates that we're plugged into the 240, the main supply, and then this one indicates we're running off the leisure battery. Okay. So that's what you want to see when you're on site and, you're living in your van as such. Yeah. Next button's review levels. So this tells us the condition of your leisure battery. Okay. So that when you're saying that you haven't got 240 hookup, so when you haven't got mains hookup, this is where you can come and press that to see how much life you got left in your battery. But believe me, by the time it's getting down to 12, anything below 12 volts, you're starting to have issues with it then.
Right, okay.
So you find it's starting to go flat.
Yeah.
But obviously, as soon as you plug it back into mains power,
it'll
recharge it back up. Last one on here is just water.
How long would it take to charge? Say if it's down here and I plug into a mains in the garage, how long will it take to charge usually?
Wouldn't have a clue, but I can ask the question.
Yeah. Are we talking like overnight or a few hours?
I'll ask.
Right.
We'll ask.
Yeah.
Right, so the last one is your water pump, and that's just as easy as water pump. When you're on site and you're using it, just leave your water pump on constantly. Because as you can hear, it's not running or anything. Your water pump will only kick in when you ask for water from your tap. It's our compressor behind the back. It's nothing to do with your van. It will kick in every now and then, so don't worry about that. So, obviously that's for powering the van up. Once you've got the van powered up, you can pull your water system through then. So it's as easy as always start at the cold tap first. And just literally run it. It'll splutter for a second now because we had the pipe off before.
From the air,
yeah. So that's your cold water done, like I said.
Yeah.
So once you've got constant running water like that, that's your cold done. To prime up your hot water system is just as easy as turn it to the hot tap and then just run the tap again. Once you've got constant running water, that's that's your hot water system and everything primed up. Only thing to show you on that, when you have drained it down, so when you've had that switch lifted up, once you've dropped it back down and you're trying to fill it back up, it can take about 2 or 3 minutes to get that hot water to come through.
Obviously it'll stop and...
Yeah, it'll just splutter away until you get constant running water through. But if you imagine, you've drained all the water system, it's all full of air, so it's got to push all the air out, literally from the Acarol into that tank and then all the way through the piping system, so you'll find it'll just take a little bit of a while to...
That's it.
Okay, happy with that?
Yes, no problem.
Perfect. Right, I'll move on to the heating and hot water now. So, that's this one here. I don't know if you want me to, I'll perch here in the corner if you can see it. So, this one, just simply click the roller ball.
Yeah.
And it literally just turns across and then also just clicks. So, the first one, the van, is your heating. And that's simply just turn it and set the thermostat to whatever level you want it at.
Right.
So, obviously, if you want your heating at, I don't know, 20. Set it to 20 and then just click the button. And what you'll see is the little flame will come above the van to let you know that the heating system's on. But obviously that heating system isn't on yet because it'll only kick in when your van gets below 20 Celsius.
Right, okay.
Yeah? Yeah. And then the next one across is your hot water. And it's as easy as off, eco, which is about 40 degrees, and hot, which is 60 degrees. And then there's also boost mode. Now, what boost mode is, it runs for about 15 minutes, and what it does, it takes the power away from the heating system and puts all its power into hot water for you. So if you and the missus are going to have showers or anything, if you click it onto boost, and that's the fastest way that water tank will reheat up. Because if you imagine there's only 10 litres of hot water in there, once that tank drains of 10 litres, it needs to fill itself back up and then reheat it as well.
Right, okay.
Okay? Yeah. And then again, you'll see it'll flash above you. When the symbol's flashing above it, that means it's coming up to temperature. When it's solid, it's at temperature. So like your heating now, the flame isn't flashing because it doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be on. But when it needs to be on, you'll see it'll start flashing like that. Okay. So the next one across is your power select. Now the unit will run. This is just your heating and hot water. Will run on gas, electric and gas, electric and gas again, electric 1, and then electric 2.
All right.
So the easiest way of describing the 1s and 2s is think of old Granny's electric bar fire. So electric 1 is 1 bar, electric 2 is 2 bars. Right, okay. So all that is, it's 1 kilowatts or 2 kilowatts. It's the amount of power that you send into the unit. The reasons for the differences is how quick you need the heating to heat up. So when it's deepest, darkest winter, the fastest way you're heating your van up is mix 2. Because that's kicking in on the gas burners and 2 kilowatts of electric.
Okay.
So your heating system will work fine on all of the settings, but on that one is the fastest way the system will heat up.
Okay.
Yeah. What you'll find is you'll be fine in the summer with electric 1. So that's just 1 kilowatts of electric. the reasons for the 1s and 2s as well, you'll find some sites the electrics are awful. So if you stick that on 2 kilowatts, you'll find you're tripping the electric outside constantly.
Oh, right, okay.
So you can either turn it down to 1 kilowatt, or even turn it onto the gas, and then you find you won't have any problems with the electric outside. Because you've got to remember it's only a 16 amp feed that's coming in from outside, so you can have problems with the electric. Does that make sense with the power slicks? Yeah, perfect. So the end one now is this is the fan for the air blown system. So even though you're setting the heating on the other end,